I want to quote the old man here. I mean, I know we all man came on different ships. We're in the same boat. The old man said once, I don't care if you're GD or BD, Vice or the Blackstone. When that gavel go down, we all black.
Yeah.
That we need to remember. We're all
Now,
black and we're suffering from the same situation. We have the vestiges of COINTEL. That was great that Brother Blaine brought that up because that was designed literally to hurt our people. And they fear a black messiah. And I feel just like they fear Malcolm. When they feared Malcolm because they figured he could do it, they had a list of black leaders they feel that could do it. Fred Hampton was number one on our list. They got rid of him too. And unfortunately, they put in the old man in that same boat. He's the black messiah right now that they feel they need to shut down and keep contained.
okay, okay, brother Bladen.
Yeah, I want to say something in concerns of this, because the word Messiah, right, is a very biblical term.
Mm.
And our people oftentimes are very spooked out when it comes to biblical terms. Now, when we say Messiah, we're not saying that he is the Jesus Christ of the Bible. I want to get that clear. So remove the religious thinking out of your heads as you listen to this in the audience.
Right.
In that term, the legal reference of Messiah means a savior, one that can help the people. It's a religious term, but it has a legal meaning. Someone who can save the people from the condition that they are physically in. Now, a lot of folks don't believe that. This is what the government is actually fearing. They think in their mind, they let this man come home. The organization that he's founded, started, whatever the case may be, that he's no longer functioning with, they think it will become organized and become a visible legal threat to their establishment. This is why they keep reiterating that it's the biggest gang in America, the most powerful gang in America.
Because
those
of the structure.
Two words are what they call warning words or red light words to white society to implement a level of fear. So that's what makes us come off as a threat. When really being truthful, speaking on, as a GD, a member of growth and development, we are a positive, productive organization. We strive to better our community. We strive to elevate all the people in our community. The individuals that are out there committing crimes under the disguise of being GD are not functioning as GD.
Exactly.
And I'm removing Mr. Hoover from this altogether. I'm just speaking about GD.
Correct.
Now, with that being said, if we as a collective, members of this organization, put the information out there for the people to properly understand us, who we are and what we do, it would take that stigma off of that man.
Exactly. So,
but we're scared to do that because we don't want to get thumbtacked as being the quote unquote leader or the one moving that pendulum for the organization and end up in the same position he's in. When if we're doing the right thing, we should not end up in that position. The reality is, by COINTELPRO existing, there's a chance that we could still get railroaded even when being right. The U.S. government has showed us that on several occasions.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
So if we want to have a voice to free him or free all the political prisoners, then we also have to have a political foundation to be that voice. Because us as lone individuals, that voice is not effective. As a unified political front, like for example, 21st Century Vote,
right,
a format of political campaign that can express the needs of our community will give us a voice. Just putting that thought out there for anybody that has any ideas of how to establish one, because that help is needed. And with that, I yield the floor.
One of the networkers said that positive lifestyle management is the disciples of a potential Messiah. And that is true because all of us living in a positive, managing our lifestyles positively, we have that potential. Another one of the networkers said 80% of GDs are really GDK. The whole Cabrini CC Crazy Crew Renegade, I guess that's what it is. CC Crazy Crew Renegades Insane Don Smokey. Let's look at it like this here. I don't want to promote this stuff. I'm not trying to promote negativity. Positive lifestyle management is not about negativity. Positive lifestyle management is based on us being positive and productive members of society and it within our community. Being GDK, all right, they looking at GDK as gangster disciples. So they taking you back into the 1960s and the 1970s. When you say you are a gangster disciple, you going back into the 60s and 70s mentality. But how can you be a growth and development killer when this is a natural cause in life? Everything has to grow and develop. So we have to be conscious on what we saying we are and what we believe in. I am not a gangster disciple. I want to make that perfectly clear for the whole entire world to hear. I am not a gangster disciple. I am not a black gangster disciple. I am none of that. I believe in the true essence of positive and productive growth and development. I am trying to uplift, not trying to destroy. So now back to this COINTELPRO, right? And what we was discussing. It's like with William O'Neal. They placed William O'Neal inside of the Panthers and put him in a place where as though he was around to be able to hear a lot of things that was being discussed. And he was going right back to his handler. Now, here's the handlers today. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Snapchat. That's the handler. Because the moment we get on here and we get to airing out things that shouldn't be aired out, discussing things that shouldn't be discussed, the handler is grabbing all this information and the handler is going to use this information against you and others. That is why them young brothers down there in Georgia, I keep forgetting it, the YSL guys and the YFN brothers, all the rest of these young brothers around the country, young men, because I'm not just going to say brothers because that's all over. These young men and women around the country are catching these cases from what they saying on these social media and how the government is using it against us. So we have to be conscious of what we're saying and what we're doing. Okay, let's say one of the networkers say that's why we have to conceal our intentions, because being something or a greater cause could cause disruption and questioning of what the government has been doing to us as a whole, the people. That's true. That's true. Another one of those networkers said, 21st century vote free Larry Hoover, supreme gangster devil disciples, boss pimps. Oof, come on, man. That's that 60s and 70s mentality. That's what they taking us to. We got to come away from that. You know what I'm saying? If we believe in what we say we believe, and we have to understand that in the process of going from the old to the new, we will have a few complications. You know what I'm saying? And it says, our past will serve as a motivating force that will enable us to have a glorious future. It's a necessity that we go through changes. You're either growing or dying. To stand still is to die. You know what I'm saying? So if we standing still, if we still talking about the boss pimps, if we still talking about the supreme gangsters, we standing still. We got to put our past where it belongs, behind us, and move forward. They're not going to let Mr. Larry Hoover out talking about some supreme gangster boss pimps, because they're going to say, okay, he's still in that same mindset. That same mindset still exists. That man has grown and developed and moved on. That man is 70-something years old, don't care about none of this stuff that's going on, man. Let him out to be with his family.
I lead by examples. He disavowed it, so why don't we all disavow it? I don't understand other people doing that. He said he wants nothing to do with that. I don't want nothing to do with that. I just care about being positive and productive in our community.
Exactly. So
PP, I'm
uh-huh.
starting to believe that those random comments like that with this gangster stuff and all this boss pimp, I'm starting to believe those are actually federal agents.
They are.
Though anybody, this is, and I might be wrong for stereotyping, however you want to word this, but if anybody is trying to go back to that era in time, over 40 years ago, they either senile or they the feds.
Or dumb as
And
a box
either
of
way it
rocks.
go, they're
Yeah.
a dangerous person to deal with.
Who? Let me ask you a question. What 25-year-old do y'all hear talking about boss pimps? What 26, 27-year-old out here do y'all hear talking about devil disciples and high supreme gangsters and all this stuff? That ain't no child talking about that, because you're not finna hear me talking about something that was going on in the 40s and the 50s, because I don't know nothing about it.
Right.
So in order for somebody to be talking about devil disciples and supreme gangsters and boss pimps and this and that and this and that, that has to be somebody that's 60, 70 years old, man. Or and pass this nonsense down to somebody that's younger. Ain't nobody even who thinking about that, man. And like the networker said, some of the comments are ignorant, are just ignorant. That is true. They are. They are just plain ignorant.